Good morning, everyone. Michael Zuber, author of One Rental at a Time. You can find it on Amazon and Audible. Before we get into the daily financial news, it is Monday, December 7th. A couple of quick things I want to point out. First and foremost, did an interview yesterday with a new investor. I don't normally do interviews on Sunday. It's kind of a day to relax a little bit. I just do my goals and call it a day. But I thought that interview was important, so we did it on Sunday. Go ahead and check it out. He asked a lot of great questions. And really, what it's pointing out to me is the power of the community. And this is something I didn't appreciate. I will create a video on it later today. I've been thinking about it a lot. But when you can create a community and you can control the individuals and people that are added, right? It's private. You really can compound goodness, compound momentum. And I thought that interview was pretty powerful. So check it out. It came out yesterday. I think I posted it at noon or 1 o'clock or something. So it came out on Sunday if you missed it. Next up, I will be creating a video later today. I'll probably post it at noon around what I call a happy accident. You know, you'd rather be lucky than good. I'll just tease it with that title. But there's something that's been happening around me that I need to acknowledge that I didn't plan for. It wasn't part of some great strategy of mine. It was just blind ass, I don't know, luck or accident or whatever. So I'll tease that. It will come out at noon. I'll just post it at noon so you know now when it comes out. Noon Pacific, obviously. So now on to the daily financial news, which I, of course, bring to you every morning at 7:30 a.m., 6 days a week. And then on Thursdays, because I want to bring you multimillionaires in the expert series, we do it at 7. We have 5 multimillionaires talk to you every week, and I call that my expert series. 4 of the 5 days are at 8 or 9. But on Thursdays, I interview Jonathan at 7:30. So I do the daily financial news at 7 a.m. If you want to catch me live, right at 7:30 a.m. or 7 a.m. on Thursdays, love to have you. I appreciate all of the daily viewership. We actually set a record yesterday. We had 1,600 people check out the daily financial news from Sunday. So thank you very much. Again, these are not clickbait titles. These are really what's going on. I'm here to get a little better. I want you to get a little better. So if you like getting your daily financial news, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me some encouragement, and let's keep going. I think the first thing I'll talk about today is I caught an interview from Kevin O'Leary. He's on Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful, I believe, is his nickname. He was agitated. No, he was angry. And he was angry at the lunacy of the rules continually changing in California. California leaders don't don't have a plan. They like to, look pretty on TV and use big words, but they don't have a plan. Kevin O'Leary is talking about economically speaking, he's going to lose 30% of his investments in businesses that are run in California, and he doesn't care, and I believe him. But when you hear him talk about having to lay off people at his California restaurants 3 times in the last 12 months because California can't get its act right, he just spent 40 or 50 grand on outdoor seating, falling everything, and then have it ripped out from under him. This is what's happening to small businesses. Small business owners in California don't have a voice. Why would they? They're pennies. I'm just thankful that Kevin O'Leary has the platform, the voice, and frankly, he's not afraid. And when I saw that interview, I was proud. I was proud that he was taking his platform and speaking up for California small businesses. California is continually making decisions that is going to hurt the state, hurt our people, hurt our businesses, and you're going to have more leave. You just saw the company that started the Silicon Valley, Hewlett Packard, leave. It's going to Texas. You have Tesla seriously talking about leaving. There are more and more tech companies, because that's where I'm at, that's my network, telling me, you know what? We may go to Colorado. We may go to Texas. They're seriously thinking about leaving. And if that happens, California can't catch up. California will go bankrupt because of the double standards, the lunacy, the elite privilege that these California leaders have. And that's unfortunate. But again, I really feel for small businesses. That's what I took from Kevin O'Leary's nearly rant. He was very upset. And again, I saw it as passion. I saw it as a good thing. Not that I think California leaders will listen, but, you know, 6, 9, 12 months from now, when their budget shortfall comes in and they want to raise taxes on the middle class and cut services, it's going to be too late. So moving on from there, Airbnb, as I told you, or we thought together, Airbnb and DoorDash coming out this week in their IPOs, just perfect timing. Talk about threading the needle. Can you imagine coming out at any better time for either of these companies? Airbnb dominating because people still want staycations. They still want to move around, but they don't want to go to a hotel with elevators. Then you have DoorDash. Man, I don't want to be DoorDash in 12 or 18 months when they have all these tough compares. But boy, talk about coming out at the right time, growth rate, all of that. Robinhood traders going to pile in. And I mean, go back and look what Google and Facebook came out IPO. It's like perfect timing. So I'm curious, any of you going to throw some cash at either of these IPOs? I'm just curious. Let me know below if the answer is yes. Just curious. I don't chase hot fads, but maybe some of you are going to set some dollars aside and going to throw it at Airbnb or DoorDash. Let me know which one. I'm just curious. Next up, I don't know if you saw this, but Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan just sold his entire 600 plus music song suite, I guess what they call it, music catalog, to Universal for a reported $300 million. I thought this was interesting. Bob Dylan is still alive and he made this decision on his own, as opposed to, having it done for him after his passing. Thought it was interesting. This was the big news that I read yesterday that I was so looking forward to reporting today. Goldman Sachs is looking to open asset management group in Florida, basically giving the middle finger to New York. New York and California better wake up. Their focus on taxing the rich, taxing businesses, taxing success. Dude, work from home. Technology is, they've had 12 months to play with this. They're like, screw you, I'm out. Just so we know, that business alone is $8 billion for Goldman. $8 billion. In fairness, they're looking at Florida and or Texas. Anybody see any similarities there? Yeah. No taxes, at least no state taxes. And, oh, by the way, business friendly. California and New York, this crisis is going to leave you significantly injured if you don't wake up and wake up soon. It is very clear that New York is suffering the largest office and subleasing vacancy since 9/11. It is not getting any better. Goldman, the taxes in New York, these are some numbers I captured. The financial industry is about 18% of total tax receipts in New York, 18. Specifically in New York City, it is 6% of tax receipts. You lose 25%, 30% of that business to more business-friendly, more tax-efficient areas. And, oh, by the way, when these people leave, they sell their places and buy elsewhere. It's going to get pretty uncomfortable in those locations. And these leaders, governors, mayors, need to realize that they are right on the cusp of falling off a cliff and can't make this up. China has set a record for trade surplus, 75 billion trade surplus. A lot of that, based on my reading, is trade with Europe. But it just goes to show that part of the world is picking up. So it is interesting. I did see talk of the eviction moratorium in California, again, talking about the California leaders, potentially extending it through 2021. If you just want to kill mom and pop landlords, that's what you'll do. I mean, I have a tenant that hasn't paid since March. And believe me, he will work the system and he'll stay the whole time. This is happening, folks. And California leaders like to play on your heartstrings. But an eviction moratorium that is going to be almost 2 years in the making, that's one way to kill landlords, especially small and mom and pop who can't raise money on Wall Street. That's just not okay. Looks like Ford's highly anticipated Bronco SUV, 90,000 pre-orders. Pretty impressive, I think. But it has severe supply chain constraints, so it is delaying delivery until later in 2021. It originally was coming out early, first half. Now it's second half. Saw that JD.com is an e-commerce site, China e-commerce site specifically. It's interesting that they are now going to quote unquote accept Chinese digital currency, think cryptocurrency. This seems, again, a managed economy play to try to introduce another form of currency. Again, it's an entirely managed economy, so it'll be interesting to see how this works. But it's an interesting play nonetheless to see that this stuff is coming more and more, this crypto thing. Again, I don't see, my opinion, not a crypto guy, not even a crypto bull. My small investment is an insurance policy. I don't see it as a transactional thing. For me, it's a version of an asset. But anyways, that's that. The latest stimulus plan, the one 904 billion that everybody's talking about, it has 17 billion in it for airlines. What are we thinking? Airlines, if you want money, go issue stock. If you've learned anything from the cruise industry, if you want money, issue stock. Stop borrowing money from the federal government. Just stop. Take that 17 billion and give it to the people. Stop bailing out big business. Big business has options. Stop being stupid. BlackRock, biggest I don't know, money manager out there, is a lot like what you and I have been talking about on this channel. We're generally bullish on 2021. I think 2021's picture is pretty clear, and I'll be talking about that kind of in a later video today. I want to give its due, but I think 2021 is pretty clear. And if you see it coming, you need to do your work now. If you're looking at real estate investment, you need to do your work now so you can be ready when inventory shows up. I saw something that put a smile on my face, a lot like when I wear this for you, right? When I try to make you smile. Santa Claus is doing big business on Zoom. Zoom Santa Claus is a thing. Yes, it's a thing. You can have your kids talk to Santa on Zoom. Isn't that awesome? I thought that was, I don't know. We need to smile more. That made me smile. It's pretty clear that the stimulus holdup this whole time since the summer has been one topic. All this other posturing and issues is for nothing. And thankfully, I called it months ago. Remember my Charlie Brown and the football analogy? Well, it's the state and local bailouts. One side of the government wants to bail out the states, and one side doesn't. And that is the sticking point. What, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, today. That's the sticking point. There's a couple of huge states, New York and California, that are in huge trouble because of decisions their leaders have made. And now their only hope is other states and other folks bail them out. That is the holdup. It is not about helping us, the people that need it. It's about making sure they get a check for states. And I think that is unfortunate. And then lastly, I keep hearing about $5 trillion on the sidelines money market. This folks is kind of the rich. They've been raising dry powder. A lot of the rich, a lot of people I know in my network that are 8-9 figure people, they're not buying today. They have more cash than they've ever had. and they're waiting for 2021. They see pain moving through the system. They see opportunities coming, and most of them see a pretty short window. That's different than what I expected. I expected 12 to 18 months. Some of them are talking about a window that could be open and shut in 6 months. That's why they have dry powder. That's why it's sitting there. That's why some of this crash that I'm specifically thinking about in Vegas may not be as bad as I think. And I'm going to do a conversation on that later today because I have an idea I want to share and get feedback on. So that's what I got for you today. It is Monday, so you know what that means in our first seven figure expert interview, multi seven figures, is Greg Dickerson here at 8 o'clock. So in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to talk to Greg. You have a wonderful day. Please give me some thumbs up. We got 58 people watching and 19 thumbs up. What do I got to do? And of course, subscribe. If you like your daily financial news, 7:30 every day. If you do subscribe, just be warned, I create 4 or 5 videos a day just for you. Get a little bit better. Take care of yourself. Bye.